A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. We're coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Let's first start off with a look at your top stories this afternoon.
Election monitors call for swift debate on delimitation committee report. Thai Prime Minister to arrive in the island on an official visit. 2 killed in wild elephant attacks. Britain prepares for US President Trump's visit.
Starting off with your lead story this afternoon, Prime Minister of Thailand, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, will arrive in Sri Lanka today on a 2-day official visit upon an invitation extended by President Maithripala Sirisena. The state ceremony to welcome the Premier will be held at the Presidential Secretariat this evening. The President's media division said the Thai Premier and President Maithripala Sirisena are set to hold bilateral discussions following the ceremony. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said during the visit, several MOUs between the two nations will be signed, adding the visit would also launch negotiations for a possible future free trade agreement between Sri Lanka and Thailand. General Prayut Chan-o-cha is scheduled to meet Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe tomorrow morning and hold discussions focusing on economic cooperation, trade and investment between the two countries. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Prime Minister Chan-o-cha will also visit the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic in Kandy and call on the most venerable Mahanayaka Theras of the Malwatu and Askiri chapters of the Siam sect. In more local news, 2 people have been killed in separate wild elephant attacks which occurred in the area, falling under the purview of the Ambalampola Police Division. Police said a 34-year-old man was killed in a wild elephant attack in Pathinigala, Ambalampola last night. The victim was attacked when he came out of his house to answer a phone call. A 62-year-old woman also died in Nelumpathweva, Ambalampola after being attacked by a wild elephant. Police said she fell victim to the attack while she was on her way to the temple. Up next is our special segment, The Voice of the People.
This is the Ma Eliavawa in Bataluoya. The bunt of the tank had given way in 3 locations during the floods that affected the area. Area residents and officials had attempted to place sandbags as a temporary measure. However, their attempts were futile. The Ma Eliavawa spans across 54 acres of land and 199 acres of farmland are nourished by this tank. Residents of Tissapura in Ampara have been facing the threat of wild elephants for a long period of time. Elephants have damaged a number of houses in the area. Area residents note the waste management process operated on the boundary of the Buddhangala Reserve in Ampara is the reason for wild elephants to encroach on the area. Transport along the Gurupanava Vadiyakanda road has been disrupted due to the dilapidated state of the road in the area falling under the purview of the Gaul Nagoda Divisional Secretariat as it has not been repaired for nearly 10 years. Our correspondent said close to 500 families use this road on a daily basis. Our correspondent said 2 kilometers of the road, which is 5 kilometers long, is in a dilapidated state. The Sandagiri Hallovita Road in the Agalawatha Divisional Secretariat in the Kalutara district is highly damaged. Our correspondent said the road is being used by about 800 families residing in Sandagiri Kanda, Hallovita, Delpe and Pibura. Our correspondent said many people use this road as an alternative route when the Matugama Horana Dulella road is inundated. Area residents claim the road has not been renovated in nearly 40 years.
Do you want to contribute to Sri Lanka's progress? Do you want to do something to help our people? Do you want to be part of a movement that is inspiring a nation? You waited long enough. Your moment has arrived.
Gammadda V-Force.
A suspect connected to the shooting targeted at an army corporal down Chakindarama Road in Rathmalana has been arrested. Police media spokesperson SP Ruan Gunasekara has said the arrest was made by a team of officers of the Midihana Special Crimes Division. He added the suspect was arrested while he was hiding in a house in Angunukola Palasa. Police had also seized a T-56 firearm, 14 rounds of ammunition and a magazine from the suspect's possession. The 31-year-old suspect was operating a vehicle spare parts store in the Hokandara area. An army corporal who is the driver of an army lieutenant sustained injuries in the shooting which was carried out on the 26th of last month. Investigations have revealed that the motive of the shooting to be over an affair the army corporal was having with the suspect's girlfriend. In more local news, the police special task force has arrested 3 suspects involved in a narcotics capsule racket during a raid carried out in Paliagoda.
The police STF said the suspects were arrested on the Paliagoda flyover at 3 different occasions last night and earlier this morning. The raid was conducted by STF officers attached to the Gonahena Special Task Force camp. 3,800 tramadol capsules were seized from the suspects' possession. The suspects have been handed over to the Paliagoda police for further investigations.
The remains of late President's Counsel Hemantha Surya has been placed at his residence down Norris Canal, Mawatha in Colombo. The final rites are due to be conducted this Saturday. A well-renowned state official and an esteemed attorney-at-law, Hemantha Surya, passed away while receiving treatment at a private hospital in Colombo. His remains were brought to his residence down Norris Canal, Mawatha yesterday. According to our correspondent, large crowds arrived to pay their final respects to the late President's Counsel. Moving on in your local news. The Mirissa wildlife officers have launched an operation to rescue a fishing cat which has fallen into a domestic well in the Meepagoda area in Mathura. Our correspondent said the fishing cat had fallen into the well last night and operations are underway to capture and release the animal back into the wild. And that's all the news we've got for you this afternoon. To follow details of these stories and more, you can log on to our award-winning website www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Charlotte Benedict for the News First team. Your latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Good day.